So, Nick, thanks for telling us about the event this week, next weekend. So, tell us all about it. Art Camp 2020.
Thank you, Peter. Blimey, well, you caught me on the hop. Here I am down in not Somerset, not Dorset. We're in Devon today, East Devon. I always think South Devon, actually, because we're near the sea, but I got told off by somebody in Beer who said we're in East Devon, on the Devon-Dorset border. And basically, you've done really well to catch me, because I'm running around all over the place. We've just announced a thing called the Art Camp 20, hashtag Art Camp Festival, basically. And basically what it's all about is 3 activities. We've got a camp for 10 families who that weekend actually would have been out at Camp Festival. We would have been at Camp Festival celebrating the fact that 10 years ago, I went there with some parents, thousands and thousands of people, and we thought, this is amazing. We want this in our kids' school. And we went back to our school and we started running mini creativity festivals, nothing like Camp Festival, but for the kids who'd never been to Camp Festival, who were never going to go, they had a great time. And I'll never forget standing in the mosh pit. I don't know if you know what a mosh pit is, Peter.
No, I don't.
It's basically the front of the crowd, basically.
Oh, got you, right, okay.
And basically, I was standing in the mosh pit, 7-year-old son on my shoulders, pouring rain, none of your fancy auditoriums. We were outside and Madness were there.
Yes.
Suggs from Madness. And it was a moment of my life because I'd seen Suggs and Madness play in 1979, I think it was, at Deeside Leisure Centre in North Wales on an ice rink. They chucked a mat down and 15,000 people going crazy for Madness on this ice rink. It was just wonderful. And so basically, the exciting announcement today, Peter, is that we're not only going to do a camp for 10 families, because that's all that we can do with the health and safety and safeguarding, obviously, which we're taking very seriously. Sure. Suggs is going to join us on a video call, and we're going to have a chat with him, a chap called Chris Sullivan, who's been running these what we call fire pit chats for us. Have you ever been to a festival, Peter?
I haven't, no.
Right, so basically you go to a festival, you might have a couple of beers, you wander around, you go back to your tent at about 6, 7 o'clock, wash your face in a bucket of water if you're lucky, brush your teeth, have a beer and go out again. And sometimes somebody might light a little fire, and we call that the fire pit chat. So we've had virtual fire pit chats for the last 2 festivals. We did one at Eden Project, we did one at Glastonbury, where we built a half-size model of the Glastonbury Pyramid Stage. Anyway, we're having this fire pit chat with Chris Sullivan, who's got Suggs to do this. And then after that, we're going to do a screening online of Suggs's life story, this film, which is just wonderful. Right. And it actually starts when he's 50 and he wakes up in the bath and realizes he's 50. I don't know if he's having a midlife crisis or just the water got cold, but probably both, you're right, yeah. And basically, Suggs then tells his life story about how he had an absent father, how his mother worked in jazz clubs and strip joints in Soho. And it's a wonderful film. And he's given us permission to stream that next Friday night on a one-off basis, like we are now, and people are going to be able to watch it, but not just watch it, they're going to be able to comment as they go, and we're going to share the banter as we watch that film. It's just going to be wonderful.
So that's next Friday?
That's Friday night, but basically then the rest of the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we are going to be running an art trail, an eclectic art trail. Basically, the field on the other side of this lovely site here, your site you see here is our venue in Honiton, just outside Honiton, between Honiton and Beer. And basically, it's the School of Art and Wellbeing. You could not have picked a better venue. Serendipity brought it to us. And basically, they've said to us, use this venue. We're working very closely with them on this as a collaboration. And they, like us, are passionate about art and creativity, not just painting, not just sculpture, not just dancing, not just drawing, but for us, art is whatever we do that connects us to somebody else. So your art could be cooking, coding, robots, rockets, dancing, DJing, design, painting.
Radio.
Yeah. I like to do them in 2. So radio and radio and rollicking. How about that? Rollicking. Sounds like the story of your life, doesn't it, Peter?
I'm afraid so. Plenty of them, rollicking.
So basically, we are going to be celebrating art and how art connects, because Steamco, the non-profit charity I started after that trip to Camp Festival 10 years ago, is all about connecting our kids with their art and our communities with their schools, because we get communities and get them and help them run little creativity festivals for their kids, and no time have we needed that creativity. No time have we needed that human connection more than now.
Exactly.
So that's basically the vibe. So Saturday's an arts trail. Now, it's not going to be a bunch of rubbish pictures. It's not going to be a couple of stuffy old statues. We'll have a few of them. But we're going to have some coding exhibits. We're going to fire a rocket off every 2 hours, a dynamite rocket for the art of rockets, because that's what's connected me. We're going to have some ukuleles. We've got a man with a, do you know what an Airstream caravan is?
I'm going to find out, I feel
You
sure.
are going to find out. You want to get out of there a bit more, Peter. I'm sorry.
I've had a very sheltered life.
You haven't even got windows in your studio. You've got Venetian blinds and a bit of a rat and that's Mr. Ben's room, isn't it?
This is my personal office.
Have you ever seen Mr. Ben on children's TV back in the day? Do you remember that?
Oh, yes.
He used to go behind a screen like yours and come out with all sorts of clobber on, didn't he?
Yes. You can get another version of me if you're not careful.
I'd love that. I'd love you to come out as Suggs from Madness. How about that?
Hey, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Yeah, if it came out from behind, yeah.
So basically, I mean, we can't make this up. God, we're going to break the internet. This is going to trend. Those dancing dogs haven't got a chance. So basically, we're going to... So an Airstream is one of those beautiful aluminium caravans. You know the ones I mean? Or motorhomes. That's an Airstream.
Yes.
Well, we've got a bloke who's a barber who's got an Airstream, but he does pronounce his H's because his Airstream is called a Hairstream.
Yes. Got it.
And he's going to set it up in that field as a barber shop to talk about the art of barbering. Because let's face it, if that's not relevant to lockdown, I didn't have a decent haircut while I was locked down. So that's one of the things. So that's why we're calling it an eclectic art trail. Yes. And today with you, where's your radio station? You're Cotswolds, aren't you?
North Cotswold Community Radio. Yep.
North Cotswolds, hyperlocal. So basically, what we're doing today, Peter, with your support, and we're delighted to be doing this with North Cotswold Community Radio today. This is a world exclusive for you. We are issuing a call to art to everybody in the country, not just North Cotswolds, not the whole of Cotswolds, not just East Devon, the whole of the country, to create art under 5 categories. We want them to put it online as hashtag eclectic art trail. And we are going to showcase that on the internet, but we're going to get the best and ask them to drop it off in Devon, and we're going to put it on that trail so that 2,000 people wandering around that site can see their art.
Yep, got it.
So we are curating an art festival, an art gallery, an eclectic art trail in 1 week with your support. World exclusive. I hope you've got the bandwidth on your servers because this is going to go crazy.
Oh, good.
So basically, that's the plan for next Saturday. We're going to live stream the whole thing. So let's just imagine that your art was community radio, which it is.
Of course.
Say that we had you in a little caravan there, live streaming the internet, or we just had a microphone on a table. In fact, we will.
Yes.
Let's say right here, right now, that art trail will include a microphone that you send us, and a video saying what that microphone means to you, what that microphone means to your community, how the art of radio, as you practice it, connects you with your community. People will walk past that in a socially distanced trail that we will have mown into the metre-high grass in that field, and they will see number 62 or number 12, whichever it is. They will go to their phone and they'll click a button and they will see a video of you telling them about that microphone and what it means. And that's what we're doing. But the point is that anybody in the country, if not the world, will be able to do that as well.
Got it.
So it's not just an art trail for a bunch of art lovers in East Devon. This is global. And we're celebrating what makes Britain great, and it's our creativity. We're celebrating what got us through lockdown, and that is our community. We're celebrating what we need to build tomorrow, and that is our art and our community, and to make Britain great and keep it great. And that's why, I don't know if you know, there's an advertising campaign the government run called Creativity is Great Britain. So you're buying it? You're buying this, Peter? Or you're still awake, are you? I can see
No, I'm still here, and I'm buying in. Yes.
So basically, just to wind it up, then. So there are 3 things.
Yep.
Hashtag ArtCamp20 is camping for just 10 families, and we've sold 3, so we've got 7 places left, and that's about 100 quid for an adult, 50 quid for a child, and we're going to put the meals on top. if people can't be bothered with camping, they don't want bumpy beds, we're actually going to pre-pitch a bell tent for them for another couple hundred quid. I can't pretend this is cheap. We've got a Small Arts Council grant for the whole summer, and we've spent most of that. So we're going to give one place away free if we can, but we've got to make money. We can't just keep taking money off the lottery players. They've been very generous as it is. So camping for 10 people, safe, COVID checked. We've got the application has been accepted by East Devon Council, so it's all above board. It's all risk assessed. We've got risk assessments coming out of the woodwork. That's right. That's the camping. Then we've got the art trail, hashtag eclectic art trail. That's all weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And then all of it being live streamed on the interweb thing, on YouTube, Twitter and Facebook, you know, and this is what this is about. This is the future of communications. It's community. It's people like you, people like us working together for all our futures.
Exactly. So, Nick, thanks for telling us about.
Fantastic day down here in Devon today in two schools in Seaton and Beer on the South Devon coast. All school assembly to inspire these young people to be creative, to help them dream, to help them aim high.
The Steam Co assembly this morning was brilliant because of the robot showing the imagination. He talked a lot about imagination. George Stevenson's rocket and the ideas. It is a totally 3D experience in our view, and it is utterly brilliant.
We made paper rockets with the kids and fired those off, and we let off a dynamite rocket in the playground. Okay, Mr. Hine, what do you reckon to that then? What do you think everybody thought of that?
Oh, it's been an excellent day so far for all the children. They've been really engaged in the talk and looking at the rocket being launched.
What was special today was that the whole day was sponsored and funded by a local firm, Paul Vine Electrics, from here in Beer, and we came across Paul Vine at Camp Festival. He mucked in, helped us out make some rockets here, and said, I want to get you into my grandchildren's school. So what made you want to support something like this?
Well, like you say, it is inspirational. The children, isn't it? Completely summed up in your speech, I think.
Would you recommend other companies across the country to do this to help their kids?
Yes, it would be a good thing for other kids in schools, I should imagine.
We were delighted when a local builders merchants gave us some plastic pipe for the kids to make rockets with. Oh, you got your high vis on as well. We've got Matt high vis. Check this out. He needs it with all these. Look at these little wagons they've got buzzing around here.
You need to get kids moving and get them to learn.
So thanks for this. You're going to sort us out with some lengths of pipe there by the look of it. You're happy to let us have those,
polypipe pipe,
fantastic. Yeah. Well, I've got to crack on. Got to get to Seaton School, so I'll see you later. Thanks a lot, Sean. It's been a really fantastic day to see the whole community come together to work with the teachers, to work with the school kids, to work with parents, to inspire these children with creativity. Hey, what do you reckon to that then, Mum?
Brilliant, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. Because it takes a whole village to inspire a child, and at STEAMCO we're all about helping connect our kids with their art and our communities with their schools. And we call for all small businesses, medium-sized businesses, large organisations, creative people in organisations to work with us, to run more days like this in school communities across the country.